I fear solo leveling may have cooked too hard, as we are aura farming to unsafe degrees. Jin Woo's been aura farming for a hot minute. It's always exciting, the big dick energy starts swinging around and he's kicking ass, taking names. Unfortunately, the ants are so evolved that now the ants are aura farming. That black ant, after he ate his mother, he's aura farming. And unfortunately, that means bodies be hitting the floor. You'd swear Drowning Pool sponsored this episode with how bodies be hitting the floor. We now have the exchange, so Jin Woo is going to be going up against this boy. And to be honest, the two aura farming kings fighting each other might cause a second Big Bang or something, because the level of aura farming is gonna be unknown to man. But the way that bitch spun, when she initially got hit, just like rib shattered into the pillar, I both laughed and shivered all at the same time. What an episode. I knew they were all screwed, but shit, I didn't realize how quick things could escalate. But brilliantly disturbing shit. If you want to see my full thoughts, though, support my work, we got the Patreon, full and cut live reactions over there exclusively if you're so interested. When his shadows finally popped up to stop, I thought to myself, where the hell have you been, boy? They've been broadcasting this shit on TV. Oh, I don't know, man. I was like, maybe you could have jumped in a little sooner, just help him out, but hey, better late than never. It's non-stop aura farming with this guy. You gotta make sure they've been sweating a little much before you pop up. So, we ended the last episode with a head just casually coming off. And the sick bastards decide to start the episode with her head. We were the camera, because, the head remains active for a couple seconds right after decapitation. Sick bastards, but I love it. The queen fight was so entertaining for one reason. We knew there was more than just her. Because even if you kill the queen, unless she could pass ownership and queenship over to someone else to keep the breeding going, they can't spawn more. And in theory, that's enough. But we knew she had some knight, some black ant that was going to be built different. Immediately when I initially saw it, I said, please, for the love of God, let's bring that into the army. But to be honest, after seeing how the ants work together, I hope we bring in a few ants to the army, because they could be quite useful. The thing is despite how talented and strong even the lower end of the people on this island are, to see how easily they're getting pushed back. And the teamwork, the cooperation, the animation, they all had very different fighting styles, and honestly the animation techniques used in this episode were actually quite different than what we're used to. Not because they have lesser quality animators, but because the way Jin Woo fights is different than anything else in this world. So seeing characters who primarily use healing spells, or fire attacks, or, more melee-based combat, I really appreciate seeing their animation looking clean, precise, but different than how Jin Woo fights. So when we do fight next episode, it's going to be a completely night and day difference. It's the difference between talented, insanely strong warriors and Jesus Christ himself. Maybe Satan. I don't know how to really describe Jin Woo at this point. Maybe a bit of column A, a little bit of column B, but I digress. But yeah, the thing that I really like about the action in this show is they understand how quickly the tide of battle can turn. Because look at how cooperative, how much teamwork, and how good they did against the queen, all things considered. It was a tough fight, but all things considered, they did it. They're a little more wounded, a little more winded at the end of it, and this man pops up and just one sucker punch breaks a woman's ribs, sends her flying like a volleyball into a pillar. One dude's neck got snapped, and then people were just losing, sliced and diced. Now, at the end of the episode shows that it looks like a majority of them probably are still alive, just badly wounded. That dude who got his neck snapped, there's no way he's living. Well, maybe, I don't know. We'll see, I suppose, but I would assume that's death. But one opponent coming in, and even if they were at full strength, say we didn't even fight the queen yet, that scene probably would have played out pretty much identical, because that's the difference in power. And while I expect Jin Woo to win. I'm not gonna be surprised if this man puts up a damn good fight and tosses our bitch ass around. It's gonna be interesting. I do like their shocked reaction. Where the hell did these things come from? Are they friend? Are they foe? I would probably just be thanking, to be honest. I wouldn't even be asking questions. Uh, it's funny because there's a camera guy during this episode. He didn't move a muscle for a good while. He was frozen in place, and I can't even say I blame him. The episode was intense. It was emotional. And to be honest, I like how the overall music and I think the crowd reaction when it came to the general public made you feel like you were watching the fate of your world, right? Like, it's like, okay, we need this to win because if they get off this island, it's game over. It's Rip Bozo territory. And the idea of when the chairman basically is like, well, we won, right? Like, of course, as a viewer watching, we know that's not the case. But put yourself in a general public point of view, like, you would feel like, you killed the queen. Without a queen, they're just random ass ants that are going to be scattered about doing their thing and they can't reproduce anymore, right? So it's going to be very much just like shooting fish in a barrel. Unfortunately, the queen summoned them all back before her death, and the strongest warrior is now here, locked and loaded, and he wants to fight the king. The dude who stayed behind and told the other guy to run off, and he's like, yeah, I'm the king, I'm pretty sure he's dead. But I gotta admit, I appreciate the big D energy he had going on for him to say, yeah, I'm the king. I mean, someone had to do it. But we might be reaching unsafe levels of aura farming. I fear what Jin Woo and this black ant are gonna look like going up against each other. Like, they already, like, the energy and the aura, the miasma, whatever you want to call it, coming off of this black ant apparently smelled like ass. And it was so intimidating that people were imagining their bodies being disintegrated, right? At the end of the day, we know, like, this shit's dangerous. Add in Jin Woo's big dick energy going up against it, like, it's gonna feel like you're next to a rocket taking off. They're gonna get blasted, and I'm here for it. But I've loved this core. I've loved this season. I like season 1 a hell of a lot, but season 2 is a different level of cooking. Even Gordon Ramsay would be saying this is damn delicious. Let me know your thoughts down below. What did you think, and how do you think the aura farm is gonna look next week? Let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got Jorid, Jacob McDougal, Sage Narf, Andre Cannon, Christoph Zenzwoski, JMW, Tokyo, EB, Adam Johnson, Silent Ghost, and we also have Lala. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.